Okay, so in this exercise we introduce the young horse and novice rider to a related distance on a curve. You start off by getting a feel for riding a curved line over cavalettis, and once you have a handle on that, you progress to a jump with a placing pole that is related on a curve to another jump. When you're doing that well, you're ready to do the whole exercise, which ends off with a standard related distance on a curve. And then you should be up and running and doing related distances on a curve like you've been doing them your whole life. Okay, so again, this setup isn't super complicated, but again, there's quite a bit to cram in up this side of your arena, so just keep that in mind when you're building. So let's start off with a jump most of the exercise revolves around, this vertical with a placing pole. Try get it as close to the center line as you can and quite close to this end of the arena, because you need to leave this side of the arena open to do all your big turns in. So it's a vertical with a placing pole, and the placing pole is 2.5 paces away from the vertical. Then 22 paces away on a curve, you set up this upright for a 5-stride related distance. You then mirror this on the other side, but this time you build an oxer. It's also 22 paces away for the 5-stride related distance. You can go 23 paces for both of these related distances if you're riding a big striding horse. But if you're keeping the jump small, 22 paces should be fine. Next, you set up this related distance on a curve. It's an oxer to a vertical, and it walks the standard 24 paces for 5 strides. You then mirror it on the other side, this time vertical to oxer, and it also walks 24 paces for the 5 strides. And finally, you set up these cavalettis at angles like this, so that you can ride a related distance on a curve between them. Mine rode 8 strides and the distance between them was 34 paces. And that's it, you're all set up and ready to go. Don't forget, a link to a JPEG of the course plan is in the description below, so you can easily build off your phone. So this is where you can practice riding a related distance on a curve. The novice rider will learn how to be accurate while riding a related distance on a curve. It's slightly different to a regular related distance, so you'll need to practice to get your eye in, as well as consistently keeping your horse on the correct line for the related distance to ride well. If you go too wide, the related distance will ride too long, and if you go too direct, the related distance will ride too short. And this is where you train the young horse to go onto and stay on the line you need him to be on. They are quite prone to drifting off the line, so you will need to use enough outside rein and leg to keep him on the line. Once you are consistently doing the 8 strides well, you can practice going a little wider to add a stride without adjusting your pace and go down on 9 strides. As I mentioned, getting good at how to ride the correct line is essential to being able to ride a related distance on a curve well. So we start off by riding the related distance on a curve without the concern of getting a good ride into the related distance. So because you always get a good distance to the jump with the placing pole, that'll set you up perfectly for the related distance to ride well. What you really need to focus on though is getting onto the line as soon as possible, It's very easy to react too slowly and miss your line and go too wide, which makes the related distance ride too long. So once you're doing the placing pole to the jumps on a curve well, it's time to try the real related distance on a curve. So now you can ride the whole exercise. Remember to stay small with this until you're really comfortable. Awesome, you made it to the end. So you're the type of person that'll really enjoy this channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and I'll keep the videos coming.